The arena is quiet for now. But contestants Marty and Scarlett could be walking into an ambush.
Shit. What's an ambush?
They're surrounded.
Wakey, wakey.
Let's rock!
Surprise, motherfucker!
You want some too? I got plenty.
Now that's using your head.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Baby. And that's no way to treat a lady. There's no rules and no mercy on Homicidal All-Stars. But wait, who's that entering the arena? It's Ulysses, the reigning champion!
Let's heat things up.
No matter where in the world you're joining us from, we proudly welcome you to another live stream on Twitch for the upcoming catastrophic collision of calamity known as Homicidal All-Stars, coming soon to Steam and GOG. Hey everybody, I'm Johnny LaQuasto, once again back with you to have another great stream, to have a lot of fun, and to get us ready for the eventual release of this incredible game. I will be the voice of the lead announcer, Joe Stern, in Homicidal All-Stars, calling all of the ridiculous action. And today I'm very lucky to be joined by the lead designer at Artificer Games, Jan Rafsky. I almost said it right. Let me say it one more time. Jan Rafsky. There we go. Nailed it. How you doing, sir?
Very well, and thank you for pronouncing my name right.
Look, I want to make sure I get everything correct. It's a little bit hard, but I got it on the second try. Not too bad, but how excited are you? I mean, the lead designer, you get to see everything from start to finish. I know it's been a 3-year process for the entire team. So the first thing I always like to say on every one of these streams is congratulations. I mean, my God, how much work went into this?
Too much. No, well, a lot. Nah, but I'm so glad that we're approaching the end and can finally show the game to the world soon. I'm really looking forward to it because I'm very proud of the game we've made. I'm very happy with it, and yeah. So
yeah,
let's do what we can so as many people as possible will hear about it before it comes out, and will buy it. I need it. My life depends on it. Still.
That's right. So let's get into it. So being the lead designer, what do you plan on showing us today? What are we going to discuss? Because we all know, anyone who's watched these streams before, there are many, many different, quote, episodes. As Homicidal All-Stars, if you're watching us for the first time, this is it's a game show inside of a video game. It's the most insane, deadliest game show you'll ever watch. It's people fighting for their lives. It's, a dystopian universe in the future. So we have all this, which is very exciting. But what do you plan on talking with us today about?
Right. So one point that keeps popping up a lot from the community in questions is what handcrafted means. Because it's
right.
a point that we advertise the game with. And yeah, it's not quite self-explanatory. So I want to show today what it's about, and so let me briefly explain it. So saying the levels are handcrafted, I know we're going to give some playthrough stuff like that, but what exactly does it mean when you say some of the levels are handcrafted, and why that approach? Right. So it's pretty common in the genre that a lot of the combat is procedurally generated. Difficult term. And so often the battles are just like, you just have this arena and there are two armies or, factions or whatever who fight each other. And the battles are largely pretty much the same. So the geometry changes a bit, the graphics change a bit, and so on. The units get more advanced over time. But the battles generally play out in a similar way. And we also know, as very experienced fans and players of the genre, that the highlights are usually the story levels. And why not make an entire game like this? Where every level is really different and does unique stuff and is an exciting ride. So yeah, so we actually made all the levels in this game by hand, like every piece of cover and every enemy, everything was placed by hand, and we also made these pretty cool sequences in the levels. Sorry, the producer of these streams is complaining. 1 second. Okay, fixed. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, and so every level in this game is designed as this, as this unique sequence, and we provide really unique things. As you know, we have the show director, Orion Ford, who likes to get involved in the fights and do stuff. And also the arenas, they're very different. We do crazy stuff on them. And yeah, it's all possible because we actually decided to make the levels by hand. Like, actually do everything there ourselves. So today I will show 2 levels that kind of show what we can do in this game thanks to this approach. So yeah.
In your estimation, what percentage of games actually are handcrafted? Because to me, obviously, that's a lot more time consuming. You probably need a bigger team to be able to pull that off, or the certain individuals who are handcrafting have to work that much harder, that much longer. I would imagine most games don't have this kind of meticulous detail. Am I correct in that assumption?
I mean, it depends on the genre. Like in action games, it's very common, right? But in tactical and strategy games, it's not quite the case often. So especially in this turn-based tactics genre, it's pretty rare actually. And so yeah, that's something where we want to stand out. And we've actually tried stuff like this in the past, like Hard West was much like this. We worked on the first one specifically. And yeah, and we thought it worked great. People liked it. And this time we want to do something similar, but much better. And yeah.
And so when you mention handcrafted, so starting off at step 1, does that essentially mean you have your artists essentially drawing what their vision is, and then you kind of build it from there?
Oh, that's a super long and complex process, actually. So actually starts with a level design, and then level design creates like a white box. So that's a version of the level that's ugly but functional, and they work on this until it plays well. And when we're done, then artists will come in and you see what's on the screen probably. And then artists go over the level, they place lots of details and everything, and it becomes gorgeous.
That does make sense, because I've said on all these streams, every single level that we end up playing through the demo, there's little tiny, not so much Easter eggs, although I'm sure there are Easter eggs in there. Just the detail in the environment around you is so fun to look at, while you're playing. And that makes perfect sense now. You said everything was handcrafted, so everyone got to be as creative as they wanted to be.
Yeah. So I think we can launch the level now. So this is still a pretty early level. And yeah, it has a few surprises that I'm pretty happy with. So yeah, so let's just launch it.
Let's get into it. So are we going to be starting off in episode 1, or where are we starting today?
This is episode 2.
Got it. The abandoned housing block. Yes, I remember calling this action quite well.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'll be very busy thinking today because this is not pre-recorded, so I need your help keeping up the commentary.
We're doing it live, everybody. That's what Twitch is all about. So this is episode 2 of Homicidal All-Stars. You might be wondering, what do you mean episode? Well, guess what? You're a contestant in the deadliest game show in television history when you play Homicidal All-Stars. You have to survive. You have to make it to the next episode if you ever have a chance of surviving and essentially becoming a wealthy celebrity in a way. I mean, this universe we're in is so messed up. People are watching this on worldwide television, cheering on these characters who are trying to, survive. And then if they do, they become celebrities.
And Tybalt is up to his holographic tricks.
And it looks like you are playing with Tybalt, one of the 7 playable characters in the game. And then there's Scarlet as well.
Yeah, that's correct. And Tybalt, as usually, yes, aces up his sleeve. So I just used the body swap. So this guy now looks like Tybalt. And Tybalt looks like him, which is very funny.
Right.
And yeah, so this guy will soon be treated very badly by his friends. And yeah, now I'm actually wondering what I should do with Scarlet here. I really want to use this explosive barrel here.
Aha. And I'll give everyone a description of this episode, The Abandoned Housing Block. Essentially, it's a disaster. You know, it was once home to hundreds of families. It's now been transformed into a deadly maze and becomes the tomb of the beloved returning challenger, Marty Manson. So that's going to be something to look out for as well. And let's go back to the 7 playable characters, because if you're tuning in for the very first time watching this stream, you might want to know, who can I play with? Well, essentially, the heroine of this entire game is Scarlet, who you are playing with right now. The other options are going to be Marty Manson, who's kind of, in a way, a bit of a father figure to Scarlet. You could also play with Warden, Tybalt, who right there you can see, who's a bit of a master of disguise in many ways. There's also Zoe, there's Marcus, and there is Phantom. And every character is so detailed and has a very deep backstory.
Oh, and now we're getting one of the surprises.
Hey, there's Orion Ford. At least that's the back of his head.
Yeah, and so what Ford is doing on this level, he's actually controlling the doors, and it's going to give me a hard time with this.
It's amazing too when you look at the detail. You see the couches that have been there for who knows how long, and things like that. It's
like imagine that every piece of garbage here, everything you see, it was placed by someone.
It truly does have, you know, it's, to me, it's Demolition meets Hunger Games in many different ways. You know, once a thriving neighborhood, and now you're just battling to live through everything. And then, of course, there's, you know, countless people trying to destroy you throughout.
Yeah.
He probably wishes he had that one back. No luck on that one.
And so while we're going through this, you know, the handcrafted you guys have handcrafted from beginning to end throughout the game. We're actually seeing the differences between, you know, procedural versus handcrafted levels because essentially of the details, right?
Yeah. Totally.
And down goes the scum.
I love the close-ups there when they switch over to that. So cool.
Oh yeah, so much work has gone into these cameras. We always want to further improve them, but we've reached a really good point, and I'm so proud of it. Mm-hmm. You get such nice angles so often.
And it looks like you just took out one of the scum, I believe.
That's correct.
Moments ago.
Okay.
So while you're playing this game, you're going to see many villains. You're going to see scum. You're going to see drone monks. You're going to see Ronins, a fire starter, an ogre, possibly my favorite, the bishop. There's also the freaks, the fumes, the omega sex. One of my other favorites, the muertas. Yes, we're talking Day of the Dead in this game as well. You're going to see them. You're going to see the Omega 209s. You're going to see Ulysses, who is there's not a lot of them. There's only one Ulysses, and he plays a major part of this game. His name is Ulysses Derrick. He is a Homicidal All-Stars regular, and he is a complete, brilliant psychopath.
And time for a little self-help.
So when you do choose your character, Jan, it's basically, you know, it's always a team. So are you controlling Scarlet and Tybalt, or primarily just Scarlet, or do you switch back and forth?
Oh no, like whoever's on the battlefield, I have to use them all, you know. Mm-hmm. The entire game is about that, coordinating your team and using all their individual strengths. So yeah, right now I have split them up a lot, so they aren't really cooperating much. Also, like Ford switching the doors around doesn't help here on this level. Yeah, but generally you must coordinate between your team and play with everyone. Like all of your characters are, you know, equally important.
Right. And when you do choose one, are you able to choose your team, the duo, every single time? Or because you do have the 7 different characters to choose from?
Right. So in the early game you have just a few of them. Like you start the game with 2 characters pretty much. Oh, thank God. I thought Tybalt was dead. But no, that wasn't Tybalt.
Oh, my God, look at that.
No luck from there.
Yeah, so in the early game you don't really get to choose because you have too few characters, but over time you get so many of them that you have to choose who you go on a mission with. And yeah, then it becomes essential whom you pick, because everyone has their own strengths, they're more effective against different enemy types and so on.
it. And is there a way to predict when essentially the camera? Because what's cool about this, it is a game show, and you guys kept that in mind. You know, we see this view right now that all of a sudden, boom, you took out that whoever it was. All of a sudden, it changed the camera angle, and you got to see things up close. Oh, boom, case in point right there. So, do you ever know when that is going to happen, or is that just kind of like a fun surprise for whoever's playing, like right now?
Like, you mean the camera angles?
Yeah, like the different replay and the different camera angles, stuff like that. Are you able to control that, or is that done just by the game itself?
No, that's like a pretty smart system that decides for us. I myself get surprised by it a lot.
That's the best part. I mean, I love that. The fact it makes you feel like you are right there, and all of a sudden, boom, up close. You know?
Yeah. No, but of course it happens every time when something super important happens. So, for instance, when a player character dies, we always do a close-up so the player won't miss it.
Mm-hmm. And of course, if anyone watching this, you want to check out anything else about Homicidal All-Stars, a lot of stuff on YouTube right now. If you just search Homicidal All-Stars, you'll be able to watch both trailers. There was a great review by Splattercat Gaming 10 days ago, and he really enjoyed the game. And a lot of people saw it, so we appreciate that. And hey, if you are a streamer, if you're a gamer, and you want to do a review, might be able to help you out with that. So just let us know.
Okay, so we just got the introduction of the Muerta. That's actually the first time she appears in the game.
Wow.
Yeah.
I hope we get a close-up, because the Muerta is so cool.
Yeah.
And he slams in a new mag.
And well, if you've seen it, like every enemy type gets like this fancy intro with the custom animation and everything. So we really want to have every one of them to have a really fancy entrance.
Of course, and I'll give the description here of the Muerta. The Muertas wield shotguns with poison-laced bullets. Their attacks not very strong, but the poison can wear you down unless you treat it with the antidote. So Muertas, they also know how to heal their allies, which doesn't help you at all. So their signature skills would be healing. They could heal themselves or their allies, and of course, their shots are poisonous. And very, very unique villain there.
And very attentive viewers might have noticed that Scarlet didn't take damage from the sword attack. That's because she's wearing special armor that makes makes her immune to sword attacks. So yeah, we have different kinds of implants in this game actually that, you know, allow you to customize your characters a bit. So if you know there's going to be a specific enemy type on the level and they're giving you a hard time most of the time, so then you can pick the right implants for the job and make your life a bit easier.
There you go.
Yeah, but actually I lucked out this time. I didn't know she has the implant.
Also want to thank Co-Carnage, C-O-H-H Carnage on YouTube. Gave a great review as well. Did some gameplay on their stream. Got one comment here saying my new favorite tactical game, so we appreciate that. That's from Samstra Games. So a lot of people checking out the demo, and the demo I believe is still available to the public, correct?
Yeah, it is. Great. So yeah, first we thought we'd gonna only keep it up for the Steam Fest, but it was so popular that we kept it up. And yeah, and we also use it to get more feedback from the people. Like we really watch, you know, all the videos that people upload to YouTube and stuff, and we really love watching them and getting their thoughts on the game. And well, whenever you find something that's, you know, valid and smart and everything, we do try to put it into the game, you know.
Sure. And while you're playing, not to make you double task too much, but how was the fest? I mean, I heard it was really incredible, a lot of energy, great environment, but how was it for the Artificer team?
Well, great. Like, you know, lots of videos popped up and everything, and, you know, it was quite a thrill for us just to see people enjoy the game, and, you know, it was almost like a little release of the game. So yeah, lots of excitement.
Incredible. I mean, I'm looking at the release of the two trailers here. The original trailer, we're at 130,000 views. The action figure trailer, which I thought was so creative. If anyone wants to send me one of those action figures, I will pay for the shipping. That trailer's at 43,000 views, so a lot of people are seeing this game, so pretty exciting stuff.
43,000 is incidentally the price of those figures. No, I don't know, I'm kidding. But I want one.
They are. They're all one of a kind, right? I can't imagine there's a ton of them. So
Yeah, there are very, very few, and I don't think I will get one.
yeah, they're gonna have to go in a glass case somewhere, I guess.
I want to throw a grenade in there, but okay, I'm going to risk it. I'll run through Overwatch.
All right. Once again, this is one of the episodes in the game. If you're watching, this is the abandoned housing block, Homicidal All Stars. This is the new game coming out on Steam and GOG. Just had a huge debut at the Steam Fest in where in Poland was the fest?
I don't think it had a physical location.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if they did have like it was all virtual. It's incredible.
Yeah.
So much is happening virtually now. It's pretty amazing.
Okay, I'm gonna admit it's one of the harder moments in the game, so I'm very focused right now.
All right, you focus. I'm gonna try and call the action. Hopefully my stream is not lagging whatsoever. This is the abandoned housing block. Right now, Jan is playing with Scarlet and Tybalt, two of the main characters here in Homicidal All Stars. And the best part about these characters, each has a backstory, especially Scarlet. She is in this game for a reason, which I'm not going to reveal, but you will find out as the game progresses. And here we go. Sweet close-up there on Tybalt. One of the more stylish characters you'll ever see in a video game.
Oh,
Bit of a violent Elvis vibe to him. Now you're dealing face first with a Muerta.
Oh yeah, and this guy died of poison because the Muerta's main thing is that she poisons characters that she hits.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And they do wear you down. So Muerta hits you with the darts. They may not be ultra poisonous, but they start to wear you down as you move along in the game.
Yeah. And they are healers, as you've seen. And so all damage I've just done is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. Okay, I'm in a very nasty spot right now. Okay, I will.
And while you're watching this, of course, you can go back and watch previous streams that we've had with other members of the team who helped to construct this brilliant game over the past 3 years. And this is a futuristic blood sport. If you're wondering what is Homicidal All Stars, Scarlet, very mysterious. She is the lead character. She is a badass heroine in this game. But is she doomed to suffer a violent death in the arena? That's the question. So how far can you survive with Scarlet? This is a turn-based tactical game. It's going to be on Steam. It's going to be on GOG. And there's truly no game out there like this. And that's what's great about the Artificer team is your whole team was so detailed. And you mentioned about it being handcrafted. Yes, every level was handcrafted in this game. So there's a reason why it's so fun. It's so different.
Hoping to get his enemies to target each other. That one
Damn
drew
it.
some blood.
I do like your commentary as we go. Once again, dealing with some Muertas, shooting the poison darts at you.
I might lose.
And while you're,
I'm worried.
of course, while you're playing this game, you're gonna hear the voice of myself, aka Joe Stern, calling all of the action, which was a true thrill. I worked on this game for over a year, probably recorded over 20 hours of content, just to make sure that we had enough from me for this game. Oh, there's Tybalt up close. Or no, it's not. That was a disguise as a Tybalt.
Yeah, that was a body swap. Very confusing.
Scarlet's got a hell of a right hand.
Yeah. No, she's a tough lady.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Okay, with my last breath, I must win the level.
Another Muerta.
A quick reload, and he's good to go.
And of course, if you're watching in the live chat, shout out questions at us. If you have any questions about Homicidal All-Stars, let us know because we are happy to answer to the best of our ability. So let us know.
I could retreat, but that's going to slow down the stream. So I'm gonna go all in. And so one thing that's notable about the game is that, yeah, I love Scarlet.
Okay.
But we want it to be a pretty accessible game and, you know, forgiving and so on. So actually, if you lose a character, they will come back after the battle, as you can see in this tutorial message here. And actually, this was important to us that the game sometimes really, you know, supports and encourages these cases where you're doing really badly, your last guy is standing, and you still manage to do it, you know. Like with your last effort there, bam. Like in this case.
I just noticed that's a bathtub right behind you. That's pretty incredible. Oh, God! The left hook taking down the Muerta.
That's it. The challengers persevere
Man.
despite losing one of their teammates.
All right. So when this is victory, does that mean you're moving on to the next episode or the next part of this episode?
In this case, it was the last fight of this episode. So I don't know actually if we can. No, we shouldn't because of spoilers.
Got it.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna show what happens next.
Okay.
So one sec.
So essentially, I would be,
Oh, yeah.
if this was a video game, I'd be doing the go home for the night. Like, hey, thanks for tuning in to Homicidal All Stars. We'll be back tomorrow night. Will they survive? I'd be saying something like that, I guess.
Yeah, actually, I'm seeing this kind of dialogue right now, but I'm not allowed to show it because of spoilers.
Wow. Okay, so that's all the gameplay for today then, I'd imagine,
No,
right?
actually, we're gonna show another level.
Hey, let's do it. What do we got? What do we got?
I think we're gonna go with the Metro shops because they have something cool, something we haven't shown on our streams yet. Is our fourth character, and that one's pretty special because he's not human.
Aha, we're talking about Mr. Warden.
Yeah, that is correct.
Ooh, I've been waiting to see him in gameplay. This is going to be good. We've seen Tybalt. We've seen Scarlet. Obviously, we just saw... I think we've seen Marty as in a previous stream, but the Warden is something else.
Yeah, that's correct. So I'm actually going to show the level that introduces him.
All right, let's do it, baby.
I hope I'm not going to screw it up. Okay, let's start.
Enter.
There's the warden, but he's currently
Panic at the discount store. Gotta love the wordplay there.
And the
One of my
switches
favorite
to
bands.
activate him are not gonna be easy to get to.
They're on tour right now, actually.
Yeah, like our narrative designer Olga, she's really put a lot of references into this game. Most of
Yes,
which I don't get.
I finally met Olga almost in person on a previous stream a couple of weeks ago, but we recorded the entire time together. So I spent over 20 hours in my booth with her, being instructed by her and another gentleman as well. And yeah, she knows her pop culture. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, my job now is to unleash the warden. But it's a difficult job.
So what episode would this be then?
This is the third one, actually. Like, okay, depending on how you count. Actually, the fourth one, sorry.
Got it.
Yeah, so this is, well, Metro
Metro
level.
Central.
Yeah.
All right. So for those watching, check it out, Metro Central. This is the fourth episode. It takes place at the former Metro Central station. Claustrophobic and decidedly unsanitary, this stage also includes a chance for the contestants to obtain the Warden, like you had mentioned, Jan, a state-of-the-art combat mech from the engineers at the Omega Corporation. But they'll also have to watch out for the incoming trains and, of course, every other villain trying to kill you. So the detail in this level is so incredible.
Yeah, it's. I think it's actually one of the prettiest levels we've got. It's amazing what our level artist did here.
A lot of a need for a fire extinguisher, it looks like, at this level. And once again, you're still playing. You have Scarlet and Tybalt.
Waiting for a better shot.
Still contestants in the game.
Close, but no cigar.
And as you move along, that's where more contestants join Homicidal All-Stars.
Oh yeah.
Laying in wait.
And of course, once we get a chance to see the Warden, I have all the fun information on him.
Okay.
Loading her weapon.
Yeah, so I need to press all these buttons here in order to free him. And I will need him, because more and more people are coming.
Now let's see, who did you take out? I think I know who you took out there. Let me see. It looks like you just knocked out a Ronin, but I could be incorrect on that. It could have been a Scum as well.
No, it was a Scum in this case.
Ah, got it. Okay.
Okay, I'm still disguised for one turn, so I'm just gonna advance.
Hoping for a clear shot.
And what I love about the Metro Central Station is no active subway station is clean. So this is 10 times as disgusting and unsanitary.
Oh yeah, and I just made a very stupid mistake. I didn't press the button along the way. Oh my god.
Oi!
Yeah, I'm too excited about the stream.
So now you'd have to backtrack or find another way.
Yeah, I'll have to backtrack. Okay, how am I gonna do this now? Oh my god. Okay, I'm actually gonna use one of Thibault's other abilities, Sabotage.
That weapon's
Whoa.
useless now.
So now I can, because she had Overwatch here, but now I can safely advance.
And if you're watching and wondering, what is that highlighted piece of machinery in the middle? Well, like we said, you're in a deadly game show. Guess what? That is a high-tech camera filming you so the entire world can watch. That's how handcrafted, detailed this game is. They remembered, guess what? These contestants are in a game show. They have to deal with the video cameras on top of it.
On the contestants. You have to wonder if they have any chance at all right now.
Oh, I screwed up so bad by not pressing the button.
I also love at the certain levels where your character's running around trying to survive, and there are massive LED boards advertising the show.
Oh yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, so love these details on the tactical levels here. You know, lots of
Oh, wait.
screens and everything.
Is that the Warden I see? There's the LED screen, yeah.
Oh, actually, oh yeah, this LED screen actually shows what we're seeing in the game. So that's another cool detail. Okay, but what to do next? Oh my god. Oh my god, I screwed up so bad. So at least now you know it's not faked at all.
And if you want to follow Homicidal All-Stars on all social media platforms, easy to find on Facebook, easy to find on Twitter. If you search Homicidal All-Stars, you will find it. So make sure you follow on every platform to get all, the different fun updates, all the different streams. And of course, right here, we're at Good Shepherd Entertainment's Twitch. Follow them as well, because we're going to be doing a number of other streams to get the word out about this game. And, tell a friend, tell a couple of friends, tell your family, just not the 5-year-olds,
Yeah. No, this game is definitely not suitable for children.
Not quite.
Loaded back up.
Okay, actually, I think I got out of the situation here.
He misses the shots. Clean miss on
By
that
using
one.
the good old body swap. Oh, very nice.
Crashing from that one.
Okay, and actually I'm gonna demonstrate something really cool, because Scarlet has... Does she? Yeah, she already has the Berserk ability here. So this means that she gets back an action point whenever she kills someone with melee. So
Okay.
there are opportunities like this one, where I've injured several enemies, and I can do like these really nice combos.
The challenger.
Now, how are these... I think that was Scum. How do they have the ability to look like Tybalt?
Well, it's because I used the body swap on them. So yeah, it's actually very bad for them that they look like Tybalt.
Okay. Understood.
Okay, final button.
It's fun for me because I've never played the game, so that's why I'm asking questions as someone who's never played the game. So I think a lot of people watching hopefully have similar questions that I do. But if you have any, let us know in the chat, and we will definitely ask you on as soon as we have a chance. And whoa, look at the close-up here. It's the Warden! Wow. Oh, I love the Omega Corp insignia there on his left shoulder. Oh, God. Ooh. Brain busted. Hard to destroy, easy to hide behind. That's right. The Warden has arrived in Homicidal All-Stars, y'all.
Oh yeah, so as you can guess, he's very tough. He has lots of hit points, and he can actually repair at any time by using self-repair ability.
Yeah.
But he's exposed at the time. He's defenseless then, and he has to depend on the others to protect him while he's repairing. Yeah, and over time he of course gets really cool other stuff that supports his other teammates, or just lets him unleash destruction.
Could I just say, I think the Warden might be my favorite introduction I've seen thus far. He just picks up a guy and crushes his head. That is a good way to make a hello. Oh, good lord, what a right hand.
Oh no.
Did some damage. And there's another Muerta. Don't think her poison darts are going to affect the Warden too much.
That's correct, he's actually immune to poison, so this is one of the reasons why he's very useful right now.
Yeah.
Because he can just walk up to her, punch her, and doesn't have to worry about her poison. Oh, well in this case he can't, because she's too far away, but let's see. Yeah, he's not the quickest character actually, as you can see. But he makes up for it with other stuff. Oh yeah, a very cool thing is actually he can serve as cover for other characters. They can stand behind him and, you know, it protects them.
Wow.
Yeah.
And, you know, like any other character, every character has strengths and weaknesses. And, of course, you look at the Warden, physically dominating. But like you said, he's a tank. He's not exactly going to be a sports car speeding down the freeway. He's going to take a little while to move around.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, getting rid of the poison. And, okay, I have to disable her gun again. So I'm just gonna approach here.
Ready to shoot some more.
And if you want to follow Homicidal All-Stars on Twitter, it's at Homicidal Game. You will find everything you need there. We got the sweet action figure trailer pinned at the top right now. And yeah, follow there. And of course, Homicidal All-Stars on Facebook as well. The entire team is very active over there as well. And looks like IGN gave a little bit of a shout out. Is that correct?
That's correct. So
hey now.
Yeah, they mentioned it as, I think, one of 10 turn-based games that people should look out for.
Yeah. This article came out 9 days, not even 9 days ago. The 15 best under-the-radar games from Steam Next Fest, October 2022. And top 15. And let's see, Homicidal All-Stars is, well, we made top 10. Here we go. We're moving down the list. Homicidal All-Stars is listed at number 6. I'm just going to read this review here, because when IGN gives you the rub, you got to give them a thank you and a shout-out. Here we go. Homicidal All-Stars borrows heavily from the XCOM formula and packages it in a gaudy, garish reality show, heavy on dismemberment, splashes of gore, including a live game show-like commentary on the action. Thank you very much. It certainly achieves a particular tone. The difficulty seems tuned to XCOM levels as well. My first run through the demo saw me barely scraping by as an enemy backup squad arrived on my flank as soon as I dispatched the first wave of enemies. The return of Overwatch, powerful melee attacks, and a recharging AP-based attack system all ensure that Homicidal All-Stars doesn't do too much to differentiate itself gameplay-wise from its sci-fi older brother, but hopefully the over-the-top presentation and gleeful insanity will be enough to set it apart. That is a great shout-out by IGN. So we appreciate that, and let's see who wrote this article. That was Mitchell Saltzman. We thank you, sir.
Restocking on available bullets.
Differentiate. Difficult word to say.
Oh, yeah.
And the Muerta is slain.
Once again, we're in the Metro Central Station here, one of the many episodes in Homicidal All-Stars, and right now you're witnessing Scarlet, Tybalt, and now Warden has been introduced on this episode in this level.
Taking up a defensive position. The Ronin is not playing around. He's no easy target. preparing for a kill shot. Like fish in a barrel.
Along with the Warden, other characters in the game that will be playable, we have Marty Manson, we have Zoe, we have Marcus, and we have Phantom. We've been seeing a lot of the Muerta today, which is really exciting to see. One of the incredibly creative villainous characters in this game. We've also seen plenty of Scum. It's primarily been Scum thus far. Who else have we seen today, Jan?
Actually, I think only Scum, Ronin, and Muertas.
Gotcha. So many other villains will encounter you, though, throughout this game.
Yeah, but we don't want to spoil the surprises.
Nope. There's going to be some fun ones, though. So, talking about the Warden, though, as you can see, powerful combat mech designed by Omega Corp. Has heavy armor, so like you said, limited mobility, but he's incredibly difficult to destroy. He could also be used as a mobile cover by his allies, so signature skills, mobile cover, self-repair, easy target, stomping, rocket barrage, and poison immunity. So the Muertas will not affect him, and he's got some firepower locked in his pants. So what's your thought process now as we're going through the metro station?
My thought process is I'm screwed. No, but...
Because you're surrounded, it looks like, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Because I really messed up with the button earlier.
The Muerta
Oh,
crashes
yeah.
into her first aid kit.
At least the Roman's gonna help me right now. Bam. So one less enemy to worry about.
Shot from behind, crashing right onto the LED screen.
A painful looking shot.
Okay, let's see. Can I get rid of the Muerta? Like, because the Muerta as a healer, she undoes a lot of the progress I make during combat, right? So it's a good idea to focus on her pretty soon. And yeah, what am I gonna do now?
Loading fresh ammo.
Okay, so the Ronin isn't very dangerous when his sword isn't out, so I'm not too worried about him right now.
Right.
So I'm really focused on getting rid of the Muerta so I can finish off the remaining guys. So yeah, the game does create these pretty complex problems here for me.
And depending on where you are in the arena or in the central, metro station, you switch from character to character, from Scarlet to Tybalt's, things like that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Devastating.
So right now you can see Scarlet trying to take cover while trying to take out a few of her enemies. And then there's Warden there by the old tire and some other kind of machinery, it looks like.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, what next?
Ooh.
Yeah, and you always, like, so what was important to us was to, because, you know, the genre suffers a lot from RNG, right? People make their decisions, their plans, and something goes wrong then because, you know, random chances. So in this game, we care a lot about it that the player can get these 100% shots actually most of the time. So that's something players should look out for, like these opportunities to get a perfect shot, and they're actually pretty easy to get. So as long as you outflank enemies, you can usually actually develop a plan where there's no risk that you're gonna miss.
That's going to slow them down.
And so that's always what I'm looking out for in this game, like these angles where you will be able to definitely hit the enemy.
Yeah, it is a very unique camera angle. You know, you're truly getting what people would say is the bird's eye view of everything.
Okay, then I
So right now you're...
Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to mention also a very nice detail is obviously that you can always see the chances, like before you walk somewhere. So this allows you to really plan out your turn. You know what exactly is going to happen.
So essentially right now you're scanning the area to come up with a game plan.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I got rid of her. That's a big problem gone.
Ooh! Didn't see that coming, did the Muerta.
Okay, but he has unleashed the sword again. That's a lot of damage if he hits me. And actually the Warden is pretty beat up at this point. But as you've noticed, he's gotten a really heavy beating, and he's still standing. But okay, I'm gonna let him repair.
And going back to that quick moment there where Scarlet killed the Muerta, that was essentially you sneaking up, you attacking the Muerta, but then the intelligence of the game switched to that cool, detailed close-up.
Yeah.
Wow. That's fun.
Okay, so I sabotage the Ronin. He can't actually attack now. Okay. So yeah, things are looking up for me actually. Just 2 enemies left.
And so far, all 3 contestants still alive.
That's correct. Yeah, in spite of my mistake early on, I'm actually doing pretty well.
I recall the quote of "I'm screwed" about 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So this might be a dumb question because you are the lead designer.
Yeah.
I mean, you've essentially been testing and playing the game all throughout the process, correct? I imagine there's been a collection of people having to do that, right?
Yeah, like, so actually a fun fact is that everyone on the team has beaten the game once, at least.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's really not common. Like, you have to imagine that, you know, we have people like artists who are like 50 years old or something, and who might not enjoy this kind of game. But yeah, we actually, like, everyone has beaten the game on our team, and everyone enjoyed it. So this is quite an accomplishment. Like, there was a moment where first, like, it happened like half a year ago or something, and there was a moment where I really got proud of the game for the first time, like, completely. Like, you know, because you always have doubts about your own project. Is it good? Are people gonna enjoy it? But, you know, when, like, over 30 people suddenly tell you they had a good time, even people who don't really play these kinds of games most of the time, that's pretty great.
It is. I can speak to that as well. It is very difficult because at some point, because we're all artists here and we all are very critical of our own work. At some point, though, you have to say, well, like, we got to put it out there. You know, we have, because I did the same thing with my stand-up special. I created everything from start to finish, funded every cent of it myself, and you get to a point where, like, well, I'm really proud of this. I don't know if everyone's going to love it, but that's the beauty of video games. That's the beauty of entertainment and comedy. There's something for everyone. Some people are going to love it. Some people, it's not going to be their cup of tea. But the fact that the entire team, some of which are very skilled gamers, some of which are not, different age levels, all enjoyed it, that speaks volumes to what you guys created.
Yeah. And yeah, so yeah, I myself probably played the game more than most people on the team, but still, you know, the levels keep changing, and well, when I come back to a level, it might be different already than last time. So it's also not like I know everything about the game at all times. But yeah, I'm probably one of the better players on the team. And yeah, this was the end of the second level for today, and I think that's actually all we're gonna show tonight. And yeah, I hope people enjoyed it and liked what they saw.
Yeah, I mean, both episodes that you went through, obviously each episode very, very different, and we got to see Warden for the first time. So for those who have been following along, all the streams for Homicidal All-Stars, now you get to see yet another playable character, and that's the coolest thing about it. And so following a very successful Steam Fest, following a bunch of streamers testing it out, and IGN giving a shout out as one of the top games to look out for, congratulations.
Thank you very much. So, do we have questions?
It looked like we didn't really get many from the stream today, but we already talked about how the game is handcrafted, how it's so meticulous and it's so detailed. So for the gamers out there who want to see, it's funny, there's so much TLC, tender loving care, into a murderous video game. That's what I love about Homicidal All-Star.
Yeah, but well, it's a game for thinking people. So
yes.
Yeah, but I hope people are gonna enjoy this mix, because it's not the obvious choice, to mix like really gory violence with strategy gameplay, but we think it makes the game unique, and well, people are gonna love it. Do you have any questions, Johnny?
I mean, you pretty much answered all my questions, prior to playing and then throughout. There are 7 playable characters. Throughout the game, you're going to deal with a number of different villains, and of course, the entire show is orchestrated by Orion Ford. The best way to describe Orion Ford is, the most evil Elon Musk style powerful person in the world, I guess, right?
Well, I don't think I'm allowed to compare him to any real person.
Oh, sorry. I think I'm allowed to. I can say that, right?
I like to think so. But yeah, he's obviously like a reference to lots of like powerful industrialists, like Brave New World's Mr. Ford. Yeah, I guess that's where the name comes from. Damn it.
There you go. Treating human beings as toys is pretty much what he's doing. And, this dystopian future where the world has all gone to pot, that's where Homicidal All-Stars essentially is taking place. And, this is your platform. I want to ask you, how does it feel? Like you said you've played the game, but now we did the live stream. How does it feel to know that you had such a major hand in, because I imagine you've done plenty of games in the past, correct?
Well, I mean, 2 big games, so Hard West and Phantom Doctrine before this.
Wow.
But this was my first project as a lead game designer, so it's still a very big thing for me. Like a completely new level of responsibility. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's pretty overwhelming. Yeah.
Was there anything that you didn't expect throughout this entire process, in a good way, that did happen? Is there anything you learned about yourself while creating this game with everyone else?
Well, that I can handle this level of responsibility, that I can manage a team. This was really a major journey of personal growth, but also the team, right? I had no idea how the team was gonna work out over time. I see that we've all grown a lot, and people, more than ever, everyone on the team has really contributed and put their soul into the game and everything. Mm-hmm. I wasn't sure that was going to happen, also because it's a niche game, right? It's not for everyone, but people really got passionate about it, and so this was amazing to me.
Of course. And I know the whole process with this game began before the pandemic. So how did the pandemic change the way you guys created the game, or did it at all? I don't know how the whole system works. Is there one massive office where everyone's together usually, or was everyone working remotely? Did you have to make any kind of adjustments?
Yeah, so the biggest change was probably that we suddenly didn't have to wear pants. I found this very comfortable.
Sure.
No, but so we always supported remote work for people who wanted, who needed sometimes. So actually we were pretty prepared for the situation. People already knew how to, work at home, how to connect to everything and so on. So actually our team really mastered this big challenge. And, suddenly we had to talk on some voice chat and stuff instead of meeting in the kitchen or whatever. But yeah, things worked out surprisingly well.
Yeah, I'd say so. So there were more virtual high fives than in-person high fives throughout the different levels of victories amongst the team when creating the game. Mm-hmm. That's incredible. Well, what a stream this was. I mean, like I said, follow Homicidal All-Stars on Facebook, on Twitter, and of course, this is Good Shepherd Entertainment's Twitch. This is such an exciting time when a game is finished and it's almost out to the world. It's really fun getting the word out. So I'm honored to be in this game. I'm honored to be here with you today. And like I said, congratulations. You deserve all the success in the world. And let's keep spreading the good word about Homicidal All-Stars.
Well, thank you for doing such an amazing announcer for the game.
Hey, anytime. Homicidal All-Stars 2, I'm ready. Just let me know. All right, everyone. Oh, wait, we got a foam finger coming in the camera there. We got someone else in the house.
Go Scarlet!
Right, go Scarlet! We got merch. Okay, this is fantastic, guys. This has been the Homicidal All-Stars Twitch stream. Make sure you're following on all social media platforms. The demo is still live on Steam, so go to Steam, play the demo, send it to your friends, spread the good word. Make sure you wish list Homicidal All-Stars. I'm Johnny Laquasso, aka Joe Stern, and we will see you next time.
The arena is quiet for now. But contestants Marty and Scarlet could be walking into an ambush.
Launch an ambush!
They're surrounded!
Wakey, wakey!
Let's rock!
Surprise, motherfucker!
You want some too? I got plenty.
Now that's using your head!
Hasta la vista, baby.
Baby! And that's no way to treat a lady! It's no rules and no mercy on Homicidal All-Stars! But wait, who's that entering the arena? It's Ulysses, the reigning champion!
Let's heat things up.